Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Phyllis and Billy's total chemistry fail. Real reason pair doesn't work anymore. The Young and the Restless Y&R spoilers reveal that Phyllis Summers, Michelle Stafford and Billy Abbott Jason Thompson are a total chemistry fail, so let's talk about the real reason this pairing doesn't work anymore. Of course, we should out by saying that both Jason Thompson and Michelle Stafford are talented, attractive performers. There's nothing wrong with how Thompson and Stafford bring their characters to life, so let's just acknowledge that. Nevertheless, we also have to address the fact that the last time Phyllis had a sizzling romance with Billy, Gina Tognoni was in the role. Phyllis cheated on Jack Abbott Peter Bergman with his own brother in a hot affair story, so the show capitalized on the smoking chemistry Billy had with Tognoni's version of the character. Billy and Phyllis went on to become an actual couple after the affair came to light, but it's tough to imagine truly revisiting the pairing now. Although Billy and Stafford's Phyllis are great as friends and partners in crime, we don't see any chemistry happening on screen beyond that. Phyllis dreamed up some romantic moments with Billy in her Valentine's Day fantasy, but they arguably failed that chem test. We're just not seeing the spark we're supposed to be seeing between Billy and Phyllis now, at least not enough of one to make this love triangle with Sally Spectra Courtney Hope work. That could be a sign that Phyllis will end up chasing after another man who doesn't want her. Phyllis pursued Danny Romalotti Michael Damian to the point of obsession, but she finally had to accept that he didn't want more than friendship. Danny chose Christine Blair Laura Lee Bell instead, so Phyllis was once again a loser in love. Is that how things will turn out this time around as well? Will Phyllis chase after Billy only to wind up heartbroken and humiliated? Many Y&R fans are rooting for Phyllis to find a man who'll chase her for a change, someone she can actually build a real future with. Regardless, our predictions hint that Billy and Phyllis won't have a lasting love story, so this reunion attempt may crash and burn on Phyllis' end. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Phyllis will make some updates to her strategies along the way, so stay tuned for more news on her Billy pursuit plans. There was a time when Phyllis Summers and Billy Abbott's romance on The Young and the Restless was sizzling with passion, rebellion, and a whole lot of fiery chemistry. They thrived on being the bad decision that felt oh so good. Their relationship had the perfect mix of reckless fun and defiant energy, making them one of Genoa City's most controversial yet intriguing pairings. But times have changed. The spark that once set their relationship ablaze has long fizzled out. While Billy and Phyllis once seemed like the perfect storm, their recent interactions have been nothing but awkward, forced, and devoid of that magnetic pull they once had. Fans can't help but wonder why doesn't Phyllis and Billy work anymore? What happened to the passion that used to define their relationship? Let's dive into the real reasons why this pairing has suffered a total chemistry fail. 1. They're in different places in life. One of the biggest reasons Billy and Phyllis no longer work is that they've grown in completely different directions. Billy has attempted to leave behind his impulsive, bad boy ways and is now trying with mixed success to be a more mature, stable version of himself. While he still struggles with inner demons and questionable decisions, he's no longer the same reckless gambler and thrill seeker that once matched Phyllis' energy. Phyllis, on the other hand, remains the ultimate wild card. She thrives on chaos, manipulation, and getting the upper hand in every situation. While she's had moments of self-reflection and growth, her love for scheming and drama never truly goes away. She still craves excitement in her relationships, and Billy's current persona doesn't fulfill that need. At their peak, their relationship worked because they both lived on the edge and enjoyed bending the rules. Now, Phyllis is still stirring up trouble while Billy is trying and sometimes failing to be the responsible one. Their lifestyles no longer align, making it difficult for them to recapture what they once had. Phyllis and Billy have been through too much. History matters in relationships, and Phyllis and Billy's past is filled with betrayal, heartbreak, and cycles of toxicity. They hurt each other deeply, and while their connection may have once been strong enough to overcome their misdeeds, there's only so much damage a relationship can endure before it reaches its breaking point. Billy's past gambling addictions, self-destructive tendencies, and failed attempts at stability have all taken a toll on his relationships. Phyllis has played the role of enabler, co-conspirator, and sometimes even the voice of reason, but their past is littered with too many wounds to ignore. Their breakup wasn't just a matter of cooling feelings, it was a messy, painful split filled with resentment and disappointment. Even if they wanted to rekindle what they had, their past mistakes loom too large, making it nearly impossible to start fresh. 3. Their dynamic has become stale. At one point, Billy and Phyllis' rebellious, against the odds romance was thrilling. But at this stage, their dynamic feels outdated and repetitive. Whenever they share scenes now, it's clear that whatever magic they once had is missing. Instead of sizzling chemistry, their interactions feel stiff and awkward, as if they're trying too hard to recreate something that simply isn't there anymore. Phyllis and Billy used to bring out the most daring, impulsive sides of each other, but now, they seem like two exes who have outgrown their attraction. The energy that once made them so compelling has been drained, and when they do cross paths, it feels more like an obligation rather than an organic, inevitable pull. 4. New romantic paths have changed their trajectories. Both Phyllis and Billy have had romantic entanglements with other people that have shifted their priorities. Billy has had on-again, off-again relationships with Lily Winters and Chelsea Lawson, both of whom offer him something different than Phyllis ever could. His connection with Lily was built on stability and mutual support, while Chelsea brings an emotional depth and understanding that he never fully had with Phyllis. Meanwhile, Phyllis has had her own romantic distractions, including her tumultuous history with Nick Newman and her ongoing tension with Jack Abbott. She tends to gravitate toward men who challenge her and offer her some level of security, even if she ultimately ends up blowing up the relationship herself. The men in her life have changed her priorities, and Billy no longer fits into the picture the way he once did. 5. They no longer have that forbidden thrill. Part of what made Billy and Phyllis work so well in the past was the forbidden aspect of their relationship. They initially got together as a scandalous, unexpected pairing. Phyllis was fresh out of her marriage with Jack, and Billy was playing with fire by dating his brother's ex-wife. That level of risk and defiance added an exciting element to their relationship. But now, there's no longer anything illicit or forbidden about them being together. Without that element of danger, their relationship lacks the same intrigue it once had. There's no compelling reason for them to fight against the odds anymore because, frankly, no one in Genoa City really cares if they're together or not. Without that added excitement, their relationship simply falls flat. What's next for Phyllis and Billy with their chemistry in the rearview mirror? It seems unlikely that the Young and the Restless will push for a serious reunion between Phyllis and Billy anytime soon. If anything, their recent interactions suggest that the show is steering them in completely different directions. Phyllis is wrapped up in her latest schemes and battles, while Billy is still trying to find a purpose that doesn't involve self-destruction. While soap operas have a way of bringing old flames back together in the most unexpected ways, right now, there's no spark left between these two. Their dynamic has lost its luster, and it's clear that they no longer serve as the fiery, unpredictable couple they once were. Sometimes, a failed romance just needs to stay in the past, and for Billy and Phyllis, that seems to be the best course of action. Whether you loved them together or always thought they were doomed from the start, one thing is certain: Phyllis and Billy are no longer the couple they once were. Their chemistry has evaporated, and their connection no longer resonates the way it did in their heyday. As they both move forward with new ambitions and relationships, it's time to accept that some love stories simply don't stand the test of time. And for Phyllis and Billy, that chemistry fail is now impossible to ignore.